Reach out and touch the Lord as He passes by. You will find He's not so busy to hear your heart's cry. He's passing by this moment, your needs to supply. Reach out and touch the Lord as He passes by. And a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and was nothing bettered, but rather grew worse, when she heard of Jesus, came in the press behind, and touched his garment. For she said, If I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press, and said, Who touched my clothes? And his disciples said unto him, Thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, Who touched me? And he looked around about to see her that had done this thing. But when the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing that what was done in her, came and fell down before him, and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace, and be whole of thy plague. Oh, that I may touch him. Oh, that I may just reach at 12 o'clock. Oh, that I may get in before the bus goes off, before the train ride begins. Oh, may I do this? Oh, may I accomplish that? We have the saying that we desire to do one thing in order to accomplish another. This was no different than this woman having seen her menses for 12 years, 12 long years. That 12 years by 12 months, 144. And so, my friend, you got to understand that this woman was going through it all. She tried everything. She tried the physician who took her money and gave her no remedy. She tried the obeah man who took her substance and gave her no remedy. She tried friends I could just imagine. She tried all sort of things, but no one was able to remedy her situation. There are times we have situations in our lives that we think that this person or this area, that this particular job, that this particular marriage, that this particular company will be what will escalate us and stop our fountain from flowing. There are those situations that are stronghold, my friend, such as this 12 years. I can just imagine she going through day by day. She was even ostracized. There are times when you have your situation, when you are shunned, when you are put aside. But my friend, I tell you that there is healing in just only a touch. There is healing in just a look at Jesus, just a belief in him, and your life will be made whole. The songwriter said, "Oh, just a talk, just a walk, just a breathe." It's anything that have to do with Jesus, whether it be in small portion, such as just the hem of his garment, We understand that even when we have things that are staticky, when you touch a vehicle, when you touch anything that is of material iron, you feel a shock inside of you. Jesus felt when this woman touched him, because she touched him with faith. She used that thing, the only thing that moves God, which is faith. And so when she reached out, she knew she was just touching a garment, a material, but spiritually she was touching the fountain of healing. Won't you touch Jesus today? Won't you press against the oppressors? Won't you fight against those who ridicule you? Won't you stand and be bold and be strengthened by the power of God through Holy Ghost and press towards the mark of the higher calling? Do not keep your eyes off the one to be touched. He's Jesus. Your naysays, they will bash you. But when you are focused and vigilant to get that perfect touch, you shall be made whole. Reach for Jesus today and touch him. Press through and you shall be healed.